talk about it because it's like, you know, much like DJ Khaled, all Lupin III does is win. He's never chalked up a big L. All he does is win. It's another one for him. And this was a failure of his. Cagliostro beat him.
Can we just talk about DJ Khaled for like 1 second?
Yeah, because you had never seen DJ Khaled until the SNL performance.
I'd never seen him perform. And obviously, I'd seen him in like GIFs and stuff.
No, same here.
And you always hear him in the songs.
No, I didn't know about that.
Right, that's what David wants to talk about.
He did something.
He does nothing.
He does nothing.
No, but what the fuck?
He's a producer.
I refuse.
He throws a party. He essentially throws a party, and he goes like, "You're invited to this song," and then has 7 massively successful and talented artists just take turns, and he stands there and goes like, he's like a ringmaster.
Well, there's a tradition to that in hip hop.
Yes,
of there being like very like prominent producers who put out their own album and then curate the artists, you know, who go on the track.
He is kind of an ultimate heightening of it, though.
But he's
in
the
terms
worst
of
version.
how much he makes himself the star of the thing,
right?
In
and
relation
how bad the
to
songs are,
and also how little work he does.
Yes,
like usually it's a little more towards the middle in terms of like, but really it's about these other people, right. And also I'm very hands-on. And he's just sort of like, hey, next Thursday at 4:00, if you're free, can you come by? We're just gonna have the mics on. And then, like, Lil Wayne shows up.
Here's what I've known about
and then
DJ
drops
Khaled.
his verse, and then he's like, cool. All of his shit's just improvised, where he just goes like, number 1.
Improvised? That is an insult to Del Close or whoever the fuck.
He gets very defensive when people are like, you don't really do anything. And he's like, try listening to those songs without my interjections.
Probably they'd be bad because they're bad.
Yeah.
All right, look. So here's what I first knew about him, that there were like gifs of him saying like, congratulations, you played yourself. And I'm like, oh, he's like a big guy with a beard.
Right.
And I guess that's his vibe, that he tells people that they played themselves.
Right.
I don't
even
even
after the 3rd wing on Hot Ones.
Well, that's something
he's a
I learned.
fucking
No,
loser,
we're getting to that.
Okay.
We're getting to that.
Keyed up.
We're getting we're getting to that too.
Because he started out local radio DJ. He was actually spinning records, introducing songs.
I didn't really know that, but I learned that later.
Also started out skinny.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
He's fairly handsome when he's young.
Oh.
Out of Miami, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
That's
I'm so glad that DJ Khaled is now occupying real estate in the fucking castle
of Cagliostro.
Yeah.
So like, I guess I first just initially thought like he's either on a reality show or a musician, and has built up some sort of a brand as someone who tells you that you played yourself. He's sort of a calm, large man who says, congratulations, you played yourself.
I thought
no. You can talk in a second.
A very specific narrative.
Then I knew that there was something to do with keys. I didn't know what exactly, but I knew that he like either gave you keys or had a key.
I don't even know this. He gives out keys?
I don't even.
He's always talking about fucking keys.
It's some
like he's the key maker.
Thing he invented where he's like keyed up is like some kind of positive sort of like thing he invented. I don't remember.
Like Matrix Reloaded?
No,
it's not. I wish it was like
it's
that.
He's not the key master.
The key master.
Okay.
Key master,
rules.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
No, and he also wrote a self-help book. Okay. So what I was going to say is I felt
all
like
I do is win. That's all his bullshit, right?
I felt like he was pivoting into like Andrew WK territory of being like this weird pseudo motivational speaker.
Sure.
But now I don't think he's like moved away from that somewhat, or I think people don't like that he doesn't eat. He doesn't go down on women.
All right. Well,
he does not perform kind of.
Here's the thing. So then I know he has something to do with keys. Yes. Then I know about maybe like songs like All I Do Is Win. I realized like, oh, he's involved. I at least have heard of that song, right?
Sure.
Like, there's things like that. Then I'm like, I guess he's a musician and he has albums and he's famous. And for me to not know who a musician is not that weird.
Same here.
I'm not that keyed in.
Same here.
Keys anymore.
Wow.
Okay. Then I hear that he famously doesn't eat pussy. And I'm like, that's insane. 1. 2, it's weird. And then I watch the clip and I'm like, he's proud of it? Like, what is this?
This is when I take note as well.
Exactly.
This is when he's got my
his attitude sucks.
I don't do that.
Because no one knows what he is. Like,
and
really what he does.
Like, he's the king. And I'm like, what kind of fucking bullshit is this?
And they say, like, but what about your wife? Isn't she the queen? And his only response to that is, yeah, but I just don't do that.
Yeah, right. Which I'm just like, okay, so he's obviously an asshole.
A very generous man.
Right. And then you're telling me things like, the wings thing. And I'm like, okay, so he's just like a charlatan. He's like pulled the wool over all our eyes.
He taps out after wing 3 and then spends the remaining 20 minutes explaining why he didn't lose.
Yeah, we discussed this on a Patreon
It's a logical
episode,
fallacy.
if you guys,
yes.
right. Yeah, not everyone would have listened to that.
Right.
So then, all right. Then finally, the day comes.
Mm-hmm.
He's on Saturday Night Live.
And his
television program.
They said I'd never make it.
Sure.
DJ Khaled on SNL.
And I'm like,
he's had this narrative for like 10 years they wouldn't book him on the show. And now I finally get to prove my point.
It's the finale.
Big deal.
Paul Rudd is hosting. It's
Ant-Man.
a fairly bad episode.
Very bad.
Kind of a waste of Rudd.
Yeah.
Opens with this incredibly lackluster Trump sketch, even by their things, where they sing "Don't Stop Me Now."
I would argue the 2 funniest sketches in the episode were the DJ Khaled performances.
Right. So
I was busting a gut.
After like a lackluster 35 minutes,
right.
I guess it's time for DJ Khaled.
He comes out
Here I am. I'm finally going to see a song by him.
He is dressed like an uncle at Margaritaville. Right?
100%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
And he proceeds to invite other rappers onto the stage. They rap, and he points at them, says their name, and then after they say something, says yes.
And we're talking like 10 rappers per song.
Yeah,
and we're also talking...
Yeah. And they're like, I've heard of some of them I haven't, but I assume they're big deals, right? Like some of them I know.
We're also at this point talking about an SNL performance from 3 months ago.
And I'm just like, how can this be? I understand.
How did this guy
Trump is president?
A role in Spies in Disguise.
That's just
this is the core of our confusion.
It's just a shame.
You're telling me, so immediately I go, this guy's got so little talent.
Yeah.
He's in the first credit block for Spies in Disguise.
Who
did he have to go down on in order to get that part?
He won't do it.
But then you tell me.
He won't do it. Whose hot wings did he have to eat? None.
You tell me he's not eating neither wings nor vagine. How did he get this role? The man. And here's another thing. For a guy who, on the record, doesn't eat a lot of things.
Sure.
How'd he get that girth?
He's a big guy.
He's a big guy.
But I'm not gonna.
But every time I see him on camera, he's saying, I won't eat that.
Fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. He's a social brand of, I won't eat that.
But like, I'm cool with that he's a big guy because I feel like it's a good look. He's kind of got that sort of Don vibe,
He's got a Don vibe.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
He rocks the fuck out of a sweatsuit.
Yeah, he's got the sweatsuits. He's got the big beard. Like, he's got a good look.
Uh-huh.
But he comes out. People are just coming on stage and doing work. He's just introducing them and saying, he's like someone at like a fucking cotillion, like announcing like Mr. and Mrs. Blah,
he's
right?
like,
as they come in.
He's the bar mitzvah
Count of
DJ.
Cagliostro's here.
He is a bar mitzvah DJ bringing up relatives to light the candles.
That's what he is. And then here's
Aunt Janice.
Here's what a fool I am.
Oh boy. I love
I watched this first performance and I'm so baffled that I'm like, maybe that's
you had a meltdown on Twitter.
I did. And I'm like, and people are just tweeting at me like, DJ Khaled, keys. And I'm like, this is not helpful, but I guess you're all in on the joke. Which is, I guess, how we just proceed with society now, where someone gets famous, and rather than us being like, how did this happen? We're just like, I guess that's funny that they're existing.
But Ben said also, like, he made this transition. What really blew him up in the last 4 or 5 years was his like skill at social media and turning himself into this brand and this big life coach.
Right.
But then he's also like, no, but I insist that you take me serious as a musician.
Yeah, he's
now watch
weirdly
me
got a
point to
huge
people.
chip on his shoulder. Right, but he only points to people.
Right.
But here's what a fool I am. A fool.
Yeah.
Is that I watched that first performance, was so baffled, and was like, you know what? I guess that was probably just one of his songs that's heavy on the featured artists. And maybe for the second song,
like 99.9% heavy.
Maybe for the second song, it'll be more of like a Khaled.
He'll point to
forward.
himself.
Yeah,
finally.
Maybe he has a verse.
Yes,
a mere verse.
He does not rap.
The second one could start. It's the same fucking thing. At one point, he says Saturday Night Live, which is the show he's on. I've been watching the show for an hour plus. I know what the show is.
I had, in his defense, I had forgotten that.
So you were like, oh, you locked in. You're like, oh, this is Saturday Night Live.
Right.
Just I don't understand it.
He has never rapped.
Okay.
He used to
congratulations to him. I don't know.
He used to actually spin the records himself.
Sure.
He does not either at this point.
Yeah.
He is not a very hands-on producer.
No.
The basics of his job are inviting the people. Literally, like, if you're free on Thursday, we're having a cookout.
Well, he has
Come
engineers.
on by whenever it's good.
He has engineers make the track for him.
Right.
And then he invites the people over.
Which at this point, it's like he's got a golden Rolodex.
Right.
And then he fucking calls out who is the person rapping at that moment.
Which, look, as someone who's listened to rap music my whole life, sometimes, especially when you're younger days, you might hear a verse and be like, I don't know who this is. Like, maybe like the song would have like 3 artists featured and take you a while to figure out who each of them was.
But someone like your Dr. Dre, okay? The good Dr. Dre, PhD, started out as a rapper of his own.
Yeah.
Produced, was hands-on producing.
Sure.
When he would pick a new person, he might take a verse.
Right.
When he had his own albums, he'd have a lot of featurings. But you knew whose music it was.
I knew what he sounded like.
You knew what he was adding to the jambalaya.
So DJ Khaled is basically like the voice on my like wireless earphones that's like connected to David's iPad.
Correct.
Right.
And
he's
then
like, DJ Khaled, Meek Mill. And I'm like, okay, that's DJ Khaled was speaking and he announced Meek Mill.
And it's like if the voice on your Bluetooth headphones was like, by the way, I am the artist of this song, not the Beatles.
And I'm great.
Right. You're like, no, I'm listening to the White Album. It's like, I know, but through my headphones.
Yeah, I'm giving it to you.
This is mine.